Hello and welcome to Blossom with Busola today. And I'm very happy to be here with my friend Bola. You've not met her, even if you've been with me for long, but you've probably met her in a way some time ago. I was chatting to another friend here on Blossom and we talked about Bola. I was chatting with Stella. And we talked about Bola in South Africa, and we called her and put her on video call, and you were able to see a bit of the prof we were calling up that day. So
yes,
we need to talk about that Bola.
yes,
Professor. Since then, Bola and I had become inseparable.
Yeah, that's good to know.
That's one friend you blessed me with. I mean,
I said
Stella. The wonder of technology. You see, you dashed me. See how you dashed me, Bola. So that's Bola in South Africa. Here is Bola Yedeji. You're welcome.
Thank you.
It's so good to have you here.
Thank you.
And if you are always here, thank you for being here again today. And if this is the first time you're coming here, I hope you have a good time and you choose to come again and again, and indeed to subscribe. Today we are talking about impact. We're continuing our discussion on impact. Last 3 videos we have been with people who've shared how their ideas have impacted the world around them. And this woman, she's a woman of great impact. If I were you, I would sit tight and watch this through to the end, because this professor is going to reveal some very useful information about life, health, and food preservation, I should say. So make sure you watch till the end and share with others. No selfishness here. She's sharing generously, so make sure you also share generously with all your connections. Speak to us. Speak to us.
I teach chemistry in the university, and by the grace of God, I do have a lot of research grants, and that makes me to have a lot of students, especially postgraduate students.
You didn't want to say a professor of chemistry.
Okay, I'm a professor of organic chemistry, and I find my profession to be one that works with the youth. I'm working with a group of people that are just that are coming in from being a teenager into an adult, and by the time they spend the next 4 years in the university, 3-4 years in the university, they are looking forward to the job market, marriage market, and just name it. So I feel that period is a time in which they can learn certain things. I teach 1st year and 3rd year organic chemistry. So in 1st year, I make them to know what organic chemistry is, which is chemistry of life, chemistry of nature, chemistry of the things around you.
Me too, I'm learning.
Yeah.
I'm learning.
And then you find out that organic chemistry, like I tell people, it talks about you. Tell people that, look, you are made up of chemistry, made up of organic compounds. And if you are made up of organic compounds, then there's a need for you to relate with your environment and know how you can impact your environment.
I hope you are also getting some lessons in organic chemistry if you are not already a chemist.
I make them to make sure that, look, you are here and you want, why you are in the university is because you want to live a life that is not dependent on people. And you must start learning that now, which therefore means that if you are being given about 20 something thousand rand a month, your feeding, because you are eating alone, and your clothing should not take up to 5,000 rand.
So you teach them this financial management.
Yes, I teach them. That is part of the first meeting. Yeah, so I make sure I tell them the first 2 meetings will talk about the money, and it has actually helped them in living a low-key life. I know a lot of them that have built houses, yes,
from their students
funding. Because masters is for 2 years, and you know, when a student start having 120,000, that's 240,000, you know. And buying land in South Africa is not expensive, and building is not expensive. So I make sure I tailor them towards having that property, you know, from their master's program. And that hardly do you see any of my master's students without having a house.
You mean it?
Yes.
In the 2 years of being with you?
Yes, yes. And the PhD student, by the time they are finishing their PhD with me, definitely they have a house, and they will have maybe a car. And
I want to come to your university to do masters and then go on to PhD.
Yeah.
Can I apply?
Well, I think you're too old for me. And then when it now comes to their work, I make them also to be accountable.
So those master students are the one who were your students at the undergraduate level?
Some of them.
Okay.
Although some people also apply from outside my university.
Okay. And then when they come in, every one of them that comes into your program is entitled to that funding?
Not really, because I have different types of funding. So what I do is, you must inform me that you want to join my group.
Okay, and they know how to do that?
No, yeah. By the time they are finishing their 3rd year, 2nd semester, they inform me. Then I look at, okay, do I have funding this year, of next year for that person, and how many students can I take in? You know, how many students will be graduating?
Okay, so that's generally how it works.
Yes, that's how it works. Yes, in my group.
Okay, what this is just thinking about. Students who are not in your group, do they also have access to lecturers who have some funding that can help them in this way? Yes,
they do. They do in other universities and other departments.
Okay, so PhD students, graduates, they've built houses, they've got cars, they've got PhD.
Yes.
I'd like to do another PhD. And now you say I'm too old. Okay, so
no, what I just mean is that I teach my students how to be responsible. Financially responsible. If they are not responsible financially, the moment they get to a workplace, they might not be that faithful when money starts coming in, you know. So if they have learned to be content, and they've learned to know how to struggle to get things done with the little amount, it helps them in their in the workplace.
They've come to learn chemistry, and you make room to teach them how to be good people with their finances.
Yeah, I do.
That's what I call impact.
Thank you. And you know, in terms of the chemistry that I do, my research is more into natural products. Okay. And when we are talking of natural products, we are talking of plants, plant material. And this plant material now, how do we get them as medicinal products, you know, and use it for certain things, for human beings, for preservation of food crops and all that. So at the end of the day, my students, they undergo what I call a multidisciplinary research. That is, it's not just chemistry or organic chemistry, because you find out that the world is becoming
interdisciplinary.
Yeah, and what I do, what you do must be able to feed another discipline. Hence, you find out that as most of the students that I've produced in the last 8-10 years, they have gone through a multidisciplinary research. I will give you an example. For example, I'm currently working on citrus.
Okay.
Citrus waste.
Yeah.
Now you
I
find
hate
out
to talk
that,
about that.
so now you find out that South Africa is the third largest citrus producing country.
Let me tell you what to say about citrus waste. Let's see how intelligent I am.
Okay.
So you are looking at the peels, the tangerine or satsuma orange peels that we produce the waste.
Yeah.
And you said we can try this and use it as a preservative for grains like
Sure.
maize, beans,
Mm.
and that South Africa has a large quantity of maize. So if they put the dried peels on the beans, or sorry, I'm saying beans
Yes,
because
the
beans is
beans,
what
the
I have
maize,
more. The maize,
yeah.
yes, that it would drive away the weevils. or
Yes, it
stop-
has the ability to either drive away the weevils from getting into the bag. You know, that's what means it has this contact, it drives them away, fumigative.
Yeah,
And then at
fumigative.
times when the weevils are already in the maize or in the grain and you put the powder in, you know, it has the ability to kill them.
Okay.
You know,
So I tried now. I tried. Did I try?
yes,
No.
you did. You did. I think I should give her a PhD in chemistry. So the research we are working with, like in South Africa during the citrus season,
Yeah.
you find out that it is so much that as you go on the street, you see people selling the bags of oranges, tangerines, satumas, you know, lemons, and especially the oranges and the satumas. People just peel and,
Yes.
you know, and throw away. And it has become health hazard, you know, especially when you have them decaying, you know, the odor. So what we were looking at is how do we bring out useful substance from this waste such that it can be used by another group of people. So what I did was, or what I'm doing currently, is to have the citrus farmers, you know, then I bring in students from that, especially from that area.
Okay.
We look at the different
That's
types of
in
citrus.
the neighborhood.
Yeah, in the neighborhood, growing in that neighborhood, like for example, Eastern Cape now. So most of my students are from Eastern Cape, you know. So now we go into the farm, the citrus farm group. We take both the peels and the leaves.
Okay.
Because you find out that in the citrus farm, they cut off the leaves, you know, and when they do, they just dump them on the floor and they allow them to decay, you know. But we have found through research that these citrus leaves, when you allow them to dry, they are more potent than the peels. Yes, that they also help inflammation.
Okay.
Especially people, that's now we have talked about agricultural products. Now we are looking at the effect of the citrus waste. When I mean waste, that's the peels and the leaves. You know, we have also looked at it in terms of joint pains.
Prof, please wait a minute. Let me just say something before we go into that one. So if you want to preserve your beans, your maize, dry the peels, orange peels or satsuma peels, lemon peels, anyone
And
you
the
have,
leaves.
and the leaves, and spread them, put them in. You don't need to grind them, just put them that way. You have your preservation taking place, or fumigation if there are weevils or
It's a community work which I've done with a group of community in the it's called bush Bon Bush community in Middle Drift area in the Eastern Cape. So I took the maize farmer to the citrus farmers, and now the citrus farmers can now sell the waste.
Can you imagine?
The
Say
leaves,
waste to wealth.
yes, the waste, and they give it over to, at a very cheap price.
Yeah.
They give it over to the maize farmers.
I didn't even know it was at that level already. I wanted
Yes.
to say the way things are going, farmers will soon start selling this waste.
Yes.
Oh,
So,
wow. Well, it means that if they've been throwing them away, like
They are no
consumers
more.
have been throwing them away. People would be picking them off. Maize farmers would probably be picking them off, and it might help with keeping the environment clean.
Yeah. I recently organized a workshop whereby I brought the community together, the community consisting of the citrus farm, the head of the community, the youth there, and we demonstrated and showed them this thing.
Wow.
And they were so excited.
I'm so proud of you.
And when I mean I showed them,
Yeah.
it was not me. Yeah, I allowed the students
to
demonstrate.
Talk of impact again.
So,
woo, my prof, she's my friend. I know her.
Thank you. So that's part of one of the projects that we are doing.
We're talking about the anti-inflammatory before I interrupted you.
Okay, one thing about the citrus waste is that we've proven it that it has the ability to reduce inflammation and pain.
Please speak about that.
So by you taking this citrus waste, that is the leaves and the peels, you take it, you can drink it as a tea. We have the mixture, depending on what type of pain you are going through.
Do you mind telling us a little more about
No, I
it?
think that
Please,
one becomes
Prof.
a secret. That becomes a secret. So we have proven it, and we have quite a number of articles on it. Just go online, Google Oyedeji et al.
So
Just type Oyedeji, Adebola Omomi Oyedeji, and you'll see quite a number of my articles.
No
online.
problem. You Google it and get those anti-inflammatory hints. But I've got some. As she spoke, I use lemon every time. I eat satsuma every time. So I begin to think of putting them together, boil it, and even drink the water.
At times we just think that the citrus is just for digestive impact or for the vitamin C, but it goes beyond that. And hence, when you are taking a fruit, just don't throw away the peels and don't throw away. When you are pruning your leaves, don't throw away the leaves. It has potential.
And we might not be able to access the publication freely.
No, it's free.
Is it free?
Especially some are on molecules, some are in molecules. Okay. It's free, especially if you go to my page on ResearchGate.
Okay.
Most of my articles are there.
All right.
So once you type my name, it will bring out a lot of my articles. You can easily download. And if you can download, then you send a request. Once I see the request, I will send the copy to you.
Okay, so send a request and say from Blossom with Busola, and you can be sure that you're allowed to download. Okay?
Yeah. Then apart from academics, I also have the children. When I call them children, they call me mommy. Okay. I have a group of children that I tend to mentor. When I mean children, I mean university students.
Young adults.
Yes, young adults, that come to the university battered or undergoing trauma and all that. God has helped me in a way to be able to impact their lives, So I tend to open up the doors of my house to them, to a lot of them. And that has actually led to family being extended,
How many children do you now have? I used to know you to have 2 children.
No, now I think I have close to about 6 children.
Ooh,
yeah.
From 2 that I knew.
I have 6 children.
Wow.
And even while here,
the power of impact.
While here, just yesterday, one of them sent me a message. Mom, I hope you are enjoying your stay. They even during Christmas or holidays that we have, they come home and my daughter will say, Mommy and her many children. And she says, but you know what? I'm the first daughter.
Yes.
So whichever daughter you have, remember I'm the first daughter.
Wow.
There was one, she had a problem, psychological problem, and she ended up being asked to leave a particular university. And the day she was told to leave the university, I was the first person she called, even before calling her parents, So that way I was able to communicate with her parents. And the beauty of it, which I'm so happy, is that I was able to get her into my university. And she had to start from the first year. And I've mentored her. Last semester, she sat for 6 modules or 6 courses, and she did not fail one single one.
Wow.
In fact, she sent us a message, my husband and I, and said, Dad, can you believe? First time in my life, I'm enjoying my holiday without any fear of whether I will pass or not.
Wow.
And this girl is a girl that, she's saying that, no, Mom, I'm going to read up to my master's level. And the parents, the parents are saying, we don't know the magic you've done, but one thing we know is that our daughter is changed,
Well done.
And I think it's to the glory of the Lord.
Well done.
Because it's a vision, or should I say a passion that God has given unto me.
I was just going to ask you, what drives you? Why do you do this?
I always want to find a way of telling people about Jesus, and minister Christ to them. It affects generations to come. And that is
the gospel
passion
is
being spread.
The gospel of Jesus Christ is being spread. Well, this is massive. This is super impact. Well done. Well done. And
I don't also stop with students.
okay.
I also do with my colleagues. Yes, I do with my colleagues.
Tell me about it.
I do have colleagues that I'm mentoring, especially when they come in as young graduates, young PhD students, coming in to work for the first time. I do show them the way, show them how to get integrated into research. And by that, I also witness to them, showing them that, look, Christ is real.
You are indeed following the footsteps of your Lord Jesus Christ, because when he walked the earth, yes, he shared the word of God with people. He fed them, he healed them. It was a total package. So you help children and your colleagues find a better way to live financially, spiritually, helping them get connected to God. So you're making eternal impact. It's a beautiful thing. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done. I'm sure, and I know that I'm sure that there is so much more you could be sharing with
That's
us.
so much, yeah.
But well, we look forward to chatting to you some other time. But thank you so very much.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. God bless you.
Thank you.
I love you.
I love
Always.
you too. Thank you.
So hope you've enjoyed me and my friend Bola today. Don't forget to check the description for the information, how to get to download her papers and access those precious information about how to use citrus for anti-inflammatory, its anti-inflammatory properties, and citrus waste if you are interested in learning more of that. But for anti-inflammatory property, I think many, if not everyone, should be interested in that, because we all would need that at one point or the other. Yes, thank you. And so you drop some comments and be back here in my next video. Till then, thank you again for watching, and bye.
Bye.
Bye.